zone. It's up in your zone. Bring that shit in.
Hello and welcome to Magic in the Mind. I'm the Wizard, and that bearded fellow is my faithful companion, Dildo Baggins.
What the?
And together, we are trying to help you save 56% off of Magic Mind by using the promo code TheDome20.
Hold on. Why do you get to be the wizard and I'm Dildo Baggins?
Because I spoke first.
And how are they related? Are you combining Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings? Like, what's happening right now?
Gandalf's a wizard. I just didn't use his name because then you could say I was Gadoff, and I didn't want that to happen to me.
Are you the wizard from the movie The Wizard with Fred Savage?
No, I'm not. But we did pound the rock pretty hard on the promos last week with our friends at Magic Mind, and so
pounded the rock.
Pounded the rock. We did it a lot.
Feel bad for the rock. Take that, Dwayne Johnson.
Yes. So I had put together, just because it's our first go with these guys, I put together a compilation of our mentions to them in the episode before I actually released it, because it could have gone one of two ways. It could have gone the bad way, which would have been they would have been horrified about the amount of times we said that Magic Mind was poison, that it made your penis grow or shrink.
Yeah.
We weren't quite sure that it caused gigantism.
Yes.
What was the last one? The one that was in the draft that you said that it makes you sterile. That's what it was. So
one can only dream.
Yes.
Does it work retroactively?
I'd say magic balls.
Seriously.
So, but it didn't go that way. They actually really, really enjoyed it. So there you go. Welcome aboard Magic Mind again. Anyway, so I also wanted to get all that out because I'm going to be depressed for a second.
Right. We're going to talk about sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Eagles got their ass kicked.
Oh yeah. Well, so man, welcome to my world. What are you, 10-2?
Yeah.
Suck a dick.
Exactly.
The
That's why
Steelers are 7-5. Kenny Pickett broke his ankle. They suck ass. They lost to a 2-10 team. At least you lost to the Niners.
This is true. And the Niners are
very
badass.
good.
So whatever. It is one I really am not stressed
Water
over.
under the bridge. Now they got the Cowboys on Monday night.
Right. Or Sunday night.
Excuse me.
So that's going to be a big game for us. Hopefully we win that game.
Indeed.
If we win that one, that's going to be an easier ride to the number one seed and the division title.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what happened. And yes, Kenny Pickett did fuck his ankle up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Not that it fucking mattered. What a disaster of a game that was.
Yeah, it was not
good.
So
they drive right down the field. They have a chance, kick a field goal. Drive down the field again, have a chance. Kenny Pickett breaks his fucking ankle trying to score from the 2-yard line instead of running with either Najee Harris or Jalen Warren, of who they have both. Yes. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, because
fucking Matt Canada's ghost haunts the fucking Steelers. It was pouring ass rain. They suspended the game twice for lightning.
Yeah.
It was just a shit show.
It was a bad day for football.
Whatever, man.
Yes.
This team ain't going nowhere. It doesn't matter. They should just lose all the rest of their games because they're not going anywhere in the playoffs.
So you think they just need to hit the old
call it a fucking day?
Call it a day?
Yeah. Get a better draft pick next year.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, it's rough sledding. But you know what?
Tis how things go in football.
It is. It's like
the ebbs and flows.
Yes. Any given Sunday, you can get your ass kicked. Next week, who knows what's going to happen? You just don't know. And that's the thing. So who cares? Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them all. They're not paying my bills.
Yeah.
But one person that is Magic Mind. No, I'm going to keep doing that. Anyway, so what else is going on, mister?
Well, we're in the holiday season.
We are. The holiday season.
We're going to have a holiday-related draft later.
Yes, we will.
I am wearing a fantastic shirt that I got from Homage. Thank you very much for hooking me up.
Look what you did, you little
jerk.
Look
what you did, you little jerk. One of my favorite holiday movies, which I ended up with in our last draft of the John Hughes movies.
Yes.
Which I did very well in.
Yeah. I mean, look, I said it then, I'll say it again. Sometimes you have drafts where it's not the winning the votes that matters. Right. It is that you're happy with your lineup. And I was very happy because those are movies that I love. Movies that I've seen, every single one of those movies I've seen maybe more than a dozen times.
Oh, God, yeah.
Some of them
I would say any of the movies that were on either of our teams were mass consumption movies.
Yes,
you know, it was just like
evergreen, always funny.
See them many times over and over again. How goes the stand-ups?
Pretty good. I don't know that I said last time. I don't even know that. Oh, maybe I didn't know if I did or not. So
I don't think so.
So I got selected to perform at the Good Karma Comedy Festival, which is really fucking cool.
Right.
So I have to travel to Connecticut
in February.
So I mean, look.
Hey, at least it's not Rochester.
It's close enough. But it is first of all, it's an honor to be able to be selected, especially being under a year and doing comedy, and then them choosing me to do this, which is fucking great. But also, like, it can't be a surprise that the least tenured probably person maybe in the entire fucking festival is getting the Connecticut on a Tuesday gig. Like, what did I expect?
At a barbecue spot.
We're going to bring you to the stand and, you can open for fucking Joe List. It's like, no, you're going to Connecticut on a Tuesday. And I'm happy to be doing it. So
you'll be opening for a guy named Joe who has a lisp.
Joe Lisp. Dating's weird. So that's going well. How
are you gonna pull that off with work? I'm just gonna family. He's gonna drive up, spend the night, drive back. Yeah, take your laptop with you, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I mean, ultimately, I could, like you said, work from up there
on the road again,
and then I
can't wait to get on.
I mean, this is the first time I've traveled in a really long time. Yeah, but I could work remotely wherever I go. Yeah, so it's not like a big deal. I don't have to like rush to get out of there in the morning. I already talked to my boss about it. They're like, she's fucking pumped for me. She's like, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. So people are super supportive, which is awesome. Yeah. So, and there's a new Phoenixville open mic that started, which is, dude, it's so funny because, so I went to this is the one I talked to you about. That's going to be tomorrow. Yeah. And it's a little bit later. So there's a tuned up mic that was kind of iffy on whether or not they were going to keep doing it, but now they're back on, I guess, for at least now. So that mic is early. Right. So I could do that one and then go to this one. There.
Yeah. So people that aren't from this area, basically bars and restaurants, particularly like breweries and distilleries and stuff, had started to cater to comedians. Yes. I think it's something easy for them to put on the bill. It's not expensive. It will get some heads in the door.
You don't even have to necessarily have like lighting and a stage. You need a mic stand and a microphone and a space, and that's it.
You don't need tremendous sound. You don't have to worry about bands and all that.
Comics don't have to be funny. Fuck it all. No, I'm kidding.
So this place, I know what you're talking about, it's been like a bunch of different restaurants.
It started with a P. What was the one? Palomas. Thank you.
So now Boardroom Distillery bought this place and opened a restaurant where they could also serve their by the way, booze.
Shout out to Boardroom Distillery because during COVID.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's right.
I bootlegged like 19 bottles of vodka from that place and like fucking rolled it home. And I'm like, we're getting drunk forever.
Yeah, and then it lasted like 4 days.
Yeah. Well, no, we had it for a while.
A case of vodka.
Yeah, but then I went back and got more. Yeah. So they definitely
got you through COVID.
Lubricated me through a pandemic.
So you owe it to them to be funny.
I'm doing my best. So wait, the great part about this is, and this, I don't know how this couldn't have been, you can maneuver around this, but they clearly did not. Wednesday is Kids Eat for Free night at Boardroom Distillery. Sweet. So when I got there, there were 3 kids like right at the door, just like listening to, it's like, cunt. You know? One comic was talking about jerking off in study hall. I'm like, I guarantee you that kid's going to be going to his study hall. Like, why are we jerking off in here?
I have a proposal.
Like, where did you hear that? I went to dinner with my parents.
Yeah, exactly.
And a weird comedian said it.
So I got a lot of feedback on my mayonnaise consumption.
Okay. What do they say?
Well, as is expected, there are many people who bow to the altar that is mayonnaise.
Yes, of course.
And put it on everything and eat it on everything. But I did get some support. I did have people reach out and tell me that
with you?
Oh yeah, that mayonnaise is fucking disgusting. Mayonnaise is the worst. so on and so forth. So there are people out there.
There are others like you.
There are others like me.
You're not alone.
Disgusted by mayonnaise.
Yes. And so that must have been painful for them to watch anybody take a spoonful of.
Well, I imagine anyone watching anyone eat a spoonful of mayonnaise is uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, it's not a
pleasant experience it's not like, for anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to watch me do that. I didn't want to do it.
I wanted to watch you do it, and I did. And I was very happy with the results. I mean, I'm glad that, and I'm also glad that you didn't eat the death chip.
Oh,
which I still own. It's still like upstairs, so I don't know why I'm keeping it. Maybe just
feed it to one of your kids.
Yeah, sometimes desperate times, guys.
Give it to the wife.
There you go. Yes.
Bonjour.
She's sleeping her mouth open. I'm just sticking in there and go like this with her nose and her chin. Nah, she can live.
She can live for now.
For the time being.
Should we do a little spout off?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Dennis reporting again.
Yeah, so Kevin always loves the tactile.
We're doing the paper version.
The paper version of Spout Off.
This is the best.
So this is basically, again,
this is proof that they actually print this in a newspaper and people buy it, subscribe to this. So I have circled several here to get things started. So these are from October, November, October-ish, November-ish.
I want to just pull back for a second because there could be. We do get we got our Spotify thing in review. Like, this is what happened with your podcast. They do like a fucking you know, like kind of thing. And there's like, your audience grew by 45%. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. So like,
so it went from 3 listeners to 5.
Something like that. I mean, we have more listeners than that. Yeah. But no. But it said like you get new listeners or new viewers every X amount of these. I can't remember what it was. And so the reason I'm saying that is because people might not know what Spout Off is. So really quickly, there's this paper, this wonderful free paper called the Cape May County Herald. And it's
Is it still free? Do they charge people for this thing when you subscribe for it?
No.
Look at if there's a price on this biatch.
No price.
No price. Free.
Look, this is free gold, right? Everything else in this fucking paper is probably garbage. But Spout Off is the shit.
Yeah.
It's a chance for people that can just say they're from anywhere. They're not putting like proof of like...
Yeah, it's basically their town or county in southern New Jersey in the great United States. And it's basically... I mean, for lack of a better term, it's like the paper version of Twitter.
Yes.
It's everybody in here is the faceless egg from Twitter back in the day that before it became X or whatever.
This should be called burner account.
Yeah.
That's what it is. This is people's burner account.
Just insane people sending things to a newspaper for them to print. Full mind dump.
Yes.
And most of it's garbage and some of it's hilarious. That's why we want to read it.
And the hilarious ones are the ones that we are mining for Spout Off gold here. So I don't, you have the virtual coin that we could flip a room here?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me pull that up.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All righty. I shall coin. All right, call it.
Tails.
It is tails.
Sweet.
All right, you can go first.
All right, when you're looking for racism, I prefer the Villas.
Oh, wow. You live close enough. You grew up close enough. You know the clientele.
I do indeed. I've driven through that land many a time. The Villas. And then there's that word diversity.
Oh, here we go.
Well, we will be diverse, all right. I'm talking Hamas and every other group there is, sensing our weakness at our doors, forcing us to be diverse or else. What?
That doesn't make any sense.
They were impassioned.
First of all, how is Hamas getting to here? And you think they want to force diversity?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much
the exact opposite of what they're want.
They're not down. They want everything to be exactly
definitely not diverse.
Yes, clitoris is
uniform.
Optional.
I would say uniform. We'll go uniformist.
That's probably more around it.
Strictly organized.
That's a good way to start off. Go ahead. What do you got?
Oh man. So Wildwood, my plea to the world, stop killing people.
Oh,
hard stop.
Hard stop. Stop killing people.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody being killed. I mean, there's some people that I would like hurt somewhat.
Yes.
Mostly you, but not killed. So yes, that is what everybody wants. Writing it to a newspaper about it, probably not going to help. I have another one. If you,
I've got one.
Go.
Oh, no, I've got one. Come on.
No.
Oh no, please. From Kate May.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else notice how shabby the PA system speakers look with the loose wires, bird poop, and rusting parts?
Where? We need a physical look at
how many PA systems are there in the city of Cape May? Yeah. My guess is a fuckload.
Yeah, there's a lot of bars and restaurants.
All right, so now we got to narrow it down. Yeah. It's an outdoor one because it's
isn't it like in that mall, in like the outdoor mall area?
Possibly. I don't fucking know, man. Like that could be anywhere. It didn't say public PA. I don't know.
That's a PA system you're using for your stand-up. Covered in frayed wires and bird poop.
And rusting, yes. Exactly. So talking about old shit like O.J. Simpson.
Here we go.
Good.
Wildwood Crest. Pray and don't stop. That's it.
Pray.
And don't stop.
Stop killing people.
Also pray. And don't stop. Don't stop praying, ever. Always be praying. ABP.
All right, I love this one.
Okay.
Wildwood. If the Beatles can put out a new song, it's never too late to put out a new doubles crew next summer. Wait. A doubles crew.
A doubles crew.
So wait. I guess that's rowing.
Oh, yeah.
So said, hey, if the Beatles can make a song, then why don't we put another team out for this summer? How are those two things related at all? The Beatles, the greatest band, arguably the greatest band of all time.
Right, at least the most famous.
And exactly. Right. Music subjective, but like one of the most recognizable, clearly, like globally.
Yeah.
And you're saying you're comparing them making another song.
Yes.
To
you're talking about resurrecting the
John Lennon is dead. He's been dead for a long fucking time, man. You know?
Oh man.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
Like if the Beatles can do it, so can our rowing team. So can our lifeguards.
If you were
for context, we grew up at the beach.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things about the shore and water and animals and aquatic animals and all of that shit. So what they're referring to is the lifeguard rowing crew.
Exactly.
That competes.
Yeah, so
regardless,
but it's like
they are nowhere near as good as the Beatles.
Yeah, this person in Wildwood is maybe the worst with analogies that I've ever seen. Like Beatles versus a boat crew next for a summer. That's the one. Are you going to remember the boat crew from that one summer? That time they had the extra crew, the double crew, or are you going to remember the fact that 20, 30, 40, 50, almost 50 years after John Lennon's dead, they make another song.
You know what reminds me of Hey Jude? That time that guy rowed a boat real far.
It's so stupid. Okay, go ahead.
So this is hilarious. Lower Township. Harper and Castellanos base running mistakes. Okay. Nothing a couple dingers can't fix. LOL. Go Phils. This is in a printed newspaper. This person is spouting off about the Phillies making base running mistakes in a game and then saying, okay, nothing a couple dingers can't fix. And when this goes to print, right, that game, like it's almost as bad as us talking about football at the opening of every podcast and people hearing it like 2 weeks later. It's like we're talking about football the way it is now, and then they're hearing it when like the playoffs are happening.
Like, oh,
that's almost not as bad as someone writing about in the paper about sports that happened a month ago.
That is not evergreen. That's going to age quickly. I just found maybe one of my favorite spouts that's ever existed.
Okay,
this is insane how good this is. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Now it says Cape May / Naples, Florida. So this is a snowbird.
Yeah, snowbird.
All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this. Has anyone noticed that there are many dog and cat food commercials on TV? Why don't we see baby food commercials anymore with a period, not a question mark? Are babies being phased out and replaced by cats and dogs?
One could only dream.
So, hey, you know, there's a lot of advertisement about dog and cat food. So I guess we're just not fucking anymore.
No more babies.
No more babies. No more procreation.
I will say, though, I did see an article a couple of days ago. I think it was in USA Today, actually, where like 50% of couples, something along the lines of 50% of couples in like their child rearing years are like deciding not to have children anymore.
Yes.
Which I totally get. Fully understand.
Yeah.
All right. Villas. When someone says, quote, you need to do this, you need to do that, ... end quote, I walk away and never look back. That is arrogant thinking. What? You need to stop at red lights. Fuck that! You arrogant asshole. Tell me to stop my car. Blow through fucking street.
I'll do what I want.
Like, I just murdered everybody, even though the guy from Wildwood told me to stop killing.
Exactly. Oh, God damn it. All right, let's see. Oh, wait, what was this one? I got
another one, and then we can move on.
All right, and I'll do one more, too. Okay, here we go. This is the one I wanted. Yes.
Villas, again, because you're mining gold in the Villas.
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah. All day.
What a sick people we have become. War's going on, and yet the next headline is about Taylor Swift. We really deserve what happens next. Bring it.
Bring it? Come on, bitch.
Yeah. Taylor Swift, what's next?
Yeah.
What are you referring to? Like, are you telling, like, it goes from wars to Taylor Swift to what? Nuclear holocaust? Like,
yeah, man, these guys take giant leaps. Beatles.
We deserve what's next.
Beatles' new song is like
the rowing crew.
Yeah,
down to one guy.
Yeah, we're all gonna die. Bring it on.
I can't believe how many of these are about like it's just like Israel and Hamas. It's just like,
I know. Listen to this one. This is great.
It's two sides of a coin, and neither one of them knows what the fuck they're talking about. They're just writing it into a free.
Do you know how proud
newspaper
they are after they've sent this in? They're like,
yeah, I'm the smartest man alive.
My job here is done.
Yeah.
All right, now listen to this one.
I really got them good.
This is great. Wildwood. Really? The pot smoking is pervasive. Smells like a zoo at Holly Beach Park. These kids and businesses nearby, period. Isn't in no smoking inside. Isn't it no smoking inside? Who pays these guys' rent? Guys, G-U-I-S-E-S.
What town was that?
Wildwood. Wait, who pays these guys' rent? Some boomer.
Some boomer. All right, I got one more.
All right, okay.
And that's hilarious too because my dad taught at Wildwood, so I get that education of guises.
Who pays these guys' rent? You can think his voice.
Hey, who's this guy's?
Whose guys' rent is going in?
All right, Cape May County. As we spouters speak about the attack on Israel and the world on the brink of war, let's not forget what is continuing here on our soil. 2 transgender female cyclists dominated the podium at the Chicago Cyclocross Cup after the series after finishing first and second in the women's event. That's it. That's almost as bad as comparing the Beatles to a rowing team. Is let's compare a literal Holocaust and war happening in Israel to transgender female cyclists in Chicago.
Listen, they will take any bridge to get their agenda, right? They're like, I don't know how.
There is no leap too far.
All I want to say is, fuck these 2 transgender people that fucking cheated because they're dudes, right? That's basically what they're saying. But they can't just start off with that because they'll be coming in too hot. So you have to lead in with and you know,
we know that war is really bad, but let's not forget what's happening here in America.
Yes, you know what's worse?
These chicks with dicks are riding bikes real fast.
I can't take it.
That's Spout Off, folks.
All right, there you go. There it is. Fucking Spout Off.
Oh, Christ. It will continue.
Of the time, it is hilarious. It's so great.
It works every time.
Every time. All right, now. So I think we should. So we said that we were bringing back the topic randomizer.
Right, but we started with
conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we were bringing back the conspiracy theories.
So
Holy
get ready to put on your tinfoil.
Should we break, do conspiracy theories, and then the draft?
I was going to say because we got a little bit of time.
All right, so we'll do this, and then we'll
do the draft.
All right.
Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Step right up and play the game. Be a winner. Step right up for the greatest show in town.
And then we'll break between.
Yes, unless you need to go now.
Oh no, I'm good. I think I'm all right.
How
you doing?
Yeah,
you're better than me. All right, flip the coin.
Tails. I've been going tails all day.
It is tails.
All right,
so you can decide whether you get to go first or I get to go first. So.
All right, so yeah, let's say which ones. All right, so
here's the deal.
Well, let's explain how it actually works.
how this thing works.
Yes,
so
how conspiracy theory. Yeah.
We had started this where it was just like it's basically called defend your conspiracy theory.
Right.
So we would have to choose a conspiracy theory and try to defend it. What we decided to start doing a couple of times ago was we had to give each other a conspiracy theory.
Because that's way funnier.
And then you had to try to defend it. So the more ridiculous, the better.
Yep.
Well, I chose first this time.
Yes.
And I gave Chris the wonderful, wonderful conspiracy theory that 9/11 was an inside job by our own government.
Yep. All right. So
and Chris,
I gave him
Chris karate chopped me back with that 5G caused coronavirus. Which I can say is lunacy on a level that I have not yet encountered previously.
I cannot wait to hear you try to defend this one. So I am going to give you the floor first.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to need more alcohol.
Do you want to take a break and then do this?
No, that's good. Let's get right into it. All right. So, oh man. I'm going to lead in with this is almost impossible to not only to figure out to connect these dots.
Okay.
To get to the point where this is at to defend it.
Right.
It's crazy.
Okay.
So I have to work backwards.
Okay, fair enough.
This is like Charlie Day level.
Like where he's got the fucking...
Yeah. Where he's in the mailroom trying to figure out where all the mail's supposed to go.
Picture that up here.
Yeah, that's this.
Yeah, this is basically what we're talking about.
All right. So
wait, how did this thing start?
Well, we have to go back further than that.
All right, so okay, fair enough.
So this type of mentality, this type of thinking is pretty rampant among conspiracy theorists when new technology comes out.
Yes.
Right. It's, end of days type stuff.
Right.
And so when the original cellular telephone network, and even further back in a lot of cases when like transcontinental power was created, there was always conspiracy theorists that whatever energy these types of things are creating is sickening the masses in some way, shape, or form, whether it be causing cancer or creating magnetic fields that are messing with people's, pacemakers and, that type of shit has been prevalent for a very, very, very long time.
Yep.
So there's always going to be people that when new technology comes out, when new technology is released, you had it with cell phones. Yep. Remember the cell phones? Everybody was like, "Oh, you hold it up to your ear all the time. You're gonna get a fucking brain tumor."
Right. 100%.
Same type of shit. Yep. Right. This is way, way down the fucking rabbit hole with this level. So there was a French conspiracy website called Les Moutons et Rages, which loosely translates to the rabid sheep, which is a delightful pun on the fact that we are all rabid sheep. Get it. Anyway, this conspiracy website just floated out the idea that the millimeter wave spectrum that is used by 5G technology could be related to the COVID-19 disease because Wuhan, where
this disease... Sorry.
So where the coronavirus started,
yes,
they were installing 5G towers before the outbreak of corona.
Okay.
That was the whole fucking premise.
That was it?
That's how they got there. They went from there to there. That was it. They went, they're installing 5G towers in Wuhan. And then a couple weeks later, after installing those, that's when coronavirus happened. So they must be related.
Like saying we opened a Jersey Mike's in this place. It's the first one out here ever. And it's like, and somehow now Jersey Mike's causes coronavirus. Sorry, that's not true. We'd love to have you as a sponsor.
Unfortunately, our new sponsor is Jersey Mike's.
Man, we really cannot nail these fucking promos, can we?
So so 3 months later,
but that
right?
was it.
It was in the
this happened.
It was basically like somebody going and printing in Spout Off, hey, 5G causes coronavirus, and then everybody went, oh, well, that's got to be real.
Right. Because the person that said that was a scientist, right?
Because the person that said it was from West Wildwood. So this is no shit. 3 months later, after that article was printed, article.
Yes, please.
This particular theory was printed in this French fucking newspaper. People started setting cell phone towers on fire in Europe. So
people are so stupid.
It's crazy. Well, again, I'm here to defend this.
I mean, I'm saying it because I don't have to defend shit.
It's bonkers, right? So this theory started spreading after that. After that French newspaper posted it, then some Belgian newspaper interviewed a local doctor who then floated the idea that the coronavirus outbreak could be linked to the 5G towers installed near Wuhan, right? They took down the article within hours, but it had already spread to like Facebook. Like people were already sharing it rampantly through Facebook. So again, how could a physical cell phone tower that generates a signal, what's referred to as a millimeter wave spectrum, cause a virus?
That's a good question.
Which is impossible to be caused by this type of. It's not.
But you're defending.
I don't know if you guys know a lot about cell phone signals. Let me tell you, it doesn't have bacteria in it.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my question. So, okay, so they said it started with a bat in China, right? So
yes.
Okay, so
Mickey
somehow
Mouse fucked a bat.
Right, a pangolin or something.
That is a South Park reference, by the way. Please watch that episode.
That's a great
it's
episode.
Fucking funny as hell. Randy caused coronavirus by fucking a bat.
Yes,
with Mickey Mouse.
So anyway,
while on fentanyl or something,
dude. They can get away with whatever they want. They are uncancelable. Anyway, so my question was okay, so let's say that this wave is. It localized inside of the bat and then somehow through, I don't know, magic mind? No, magic.
Magic mind may cause coronavirus.
No, it doesn't cause coronavirus. It's a very healthy green shot that actually
may improve your 5G network.
Yeah, well, like I said, just like the penis thing, I can't be sure. But no, it doesn't. Do they explain how it got inside of the bat and then did its thing and then went out, as opposed to just infesting everybody?
Right. So here's where I have to start my defense of this.
Good luck.
I'll get there. I'll get to where you're going. Right. Okay. How could possibly this 5G signal release said virus?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There are a bunch of other theories tied into this. So suggests that 5G networks cause radiation, which in turn triggered the virus, which fuck off. I know how that would work.
Well,
that would be like the Incredible Hulk, but everybody got got turned to lungers.
Oh my God, I can't smell anything.
Others think that coronavirus was actually a cover-up to install the 5G towers. And that's how related. They released coronavirus to distract everyone from the fact that they were installing this 5G network that in turn makes you sicker.
Okay, so
yeah,
okay,
so
all right.
And others say that 5G and COVID are a broader effort to try to depopulate the Earth.
Oh,
right, yeah,
take people out.
Also, people think it's Monsanto is doing the whole thing.
Yeah, they're always involved. They're an evil corporation, apparently.
What the actual idea that is somewhat potentially plausible, because that's as far as I can get into this, is potentially plausible, okay?
Yeah.
Is that the 5G spectrum, the signal that 5G networks release, can compromise your immune system that allows you to become more susceptible to the virus once released. So the idea is that the signal 5G sickens you.
It weakens your immune system so that this thing can get you.
Pumping you full of these sound waves, these spectrum waves.
I got to ask the obvious question.
Yes.
So COVID was we're going on almost coming up on 4 years.
Yeah, it'll be 4 years in March.
Right. And we got over COVID in about a year plus, maybe a year and a half. That seemed about right. 18 months.
I'm still out there, but it's not nearly as.
Would you say that there are, since then, which let's say like it was, because it was like February, March of 2020 when things got fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of got back on our feet around like June of that next year.
Yeah.
So it's like about, like that amount of time.
Right.
So do you think that there are, since then, which would be 2022,
mm-hmm.
do you think there are more or less 5G towers since?
Oh, there's definitely more.
Right. So this should be like, we should all be corpses by now.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so it's not.
But the argument is that.
Or we got tolerated.
Well, the argument is that, well, look how many people got sick. And if the 5G wasn't so prevalent, then so many people wouldn't have gotten sick. It would have just been like the cold. We wouldn't have had to worry about it.
But when more and more people then continue, like get like in droves, we would be in lockdown again because like so many towers were fucking so many people up. I don't get it. And it like, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that, because we are not scientists, believe it or not, that a cell phone tower or any kind of an antenna that is broadcasting some kind of waves, we don't know how that shit's impacting us. That is a fact. But to say that
there are so many conspiracy theories linked to wireless technology that's, like I said earlier, been around for decades.
Forever.
That cell phones lead to brain cancer or mind control or causes cancer or kills birds or can cause electromagnetic sensitivity that, like I said, bring around headaches and compromise the immune system. That's the idea behind this.
Right.
Where it really took off was when Alex Jones got a hold of it.
Yes.
So
yes.
Apparently, apparently there was a physicist from Florida whose name is Bill Curry, published a research correlation.
Did you say Bill Murray?
No, Bill Curry.
Oh, sorry.
Steph Curry. He was shooting threes, 5G threes. So
that's 15 points.
He published this bullshit research. Totally plausible research showing a correlation between frequency of radio waves and tissue damage in the brain. Of course, he didn't account for the fact that the human brains are shielded from radiation by their skulls and skin, but whatever. But he made a chart about it. Mm-hmm. And then some other Russian television network started pushing the same theories. And then InfoWars got a hold of it. Yes. And then they started selling a t-shirt that says 5G kills. And it just went.
That's great.
It just went bonkers after that.
That's fantastic.
And it's all off of the idea
excuse me,
that at some point, prior to COVID, that they installed 5G towers in China, near Wuhan.
Yep.
And ultimately, the two
combined together caused
the pandemic. I rest my case.
I mean, it's fucking.
If I could even tell you some of the things that I read, I could go on for days about the level of insanity that this goes through. It's bonkers,
Kevin.
And once InfoWars got a hold of it, they started tracking how many mentions of coronavirus besides 5G in the spring of 2020. like on just on Twitter, hundreds of thousands.
Right.
People.
Yes.
Correlating the two.
Of course. Because
bananas.
Dude. But this is like not, there are people, we talked about it before, that think that Damar Hamlin was cloned. That there are, and those same people, I would bet.
Writing that one down for next time this comes up.
Keep that in the old mental. But like, there are people that think that our politicians are lizard people from other planets.
Yeah.
People are fucking crazy and stupid. It's wild. But that, I mean, like, look.
I mean, for every, here's what happens. For every like 10,000 insane conspiracy theories, there's one conspiracy theory that turns out to be right. Like Jeffrey Epstein. It's Epstein's fucking fuck island. Yes. People are saying, hey, the elites are fucking women that are underage on a private island. And people are like, yeah, right. He was there. That really happened.
That actually happened. Hey, listen.
But then that just makes people think that every other conspiracy theory out there could potentially be correct. Well, and they want to be on team I'm right.
Yes.
And that's why people latch onto this shit, because their lives are stupid.
Right, exactly.
And they just want to be right. And they just want to say, haha, I told you so.
I told you that this was a fucking inside job.
Yeah. I mean, there was all these like, and people will, uneducated, vulnerable people will go on the internet and think that because there's a website that legitimizes it, because they can access the information on a website on the internet, that therefore that information is legitimate.
Yes.
So like these like uncensored health news website.
Uncensored health news.
That's what they tout themselves as. Uncensored health news.
Sounds like
look at all these dicks.
I thought you said health nudes.
Health news. So it was called Natural News.
Yes.
So they literally will run headlines like, did the 5G rollout in Wuhan damage the innate cellular defense cells of the population, putting the people at risk of complications and death from coronavirus?
It sounds like something Jonah Jameson would say.
It sounds like an intelligent sentence.
Right.
If the person that reads it doesn't have any way to discern that this is coming from a bullshit website.
Right.
It's like, oh, did that innate cellular defense cells?
That sounds smart.
That's exactly
what they think. They're like,
I better check on those.
Wait, does this say that this was done by a doctor? Like, oh yeah, because they put DR period before their fake name.
It's crazy. And then people were like sharing this stuff on their like Instagrams and being like, 5G launched in China in November of 2019 and people drop dead. See attached and go to my IG stories for more. Turn off 5G by disabling LTE.
Oh, it's so funny. Spread the word. That's basically what they're saying, dude. That's crazy.
It's nuts, dude.
That's terrible. All right, so
should we break before yours?
We'll take a break and then we'll do my lovely one. So we'll be right back. Here's a little something from our friends at Magic Mind. Hey there, dummies. It's me, your beloved host, Chris. And I'm here to talk to you today about Magic Mind. We've been talking about it all podcast, but I wanted to give you my own personal endorsement about this little beautiful green shot that I am now in love with. Mwah. Instead of having my normal cup of coffee in the morning before I went to the gym, I took this lovely little green shot. And let me tell you something. I had focus, I had energy. It was a great workout. Usually our Saturday workouts at F45 are pretty tough, and this thing got me through it okay. And here's the best part. When I came home, I had no desire to have a cup of coffee. Not at all. So the story is, the founder of Magic Mind, James Bashara, who is also an entrepreneur, he's got a whole bunch of businesses, he was having a problem with his heart. He went to the hospital and they told him, hey, you got to cut down on the caffeine. He decided to make something that he could replace, still get what he needs out of that cup of coffee in the morning and more. And he created Magic Mind. Pretty awesome. Now, this is an all-natural shot. This little green tea shot has got things for immunity, things to reduce your stress, energy, focus, so nootropics, adaptogens, matcha. There are vitamins in it. So like this is a really, really healthy way to subsidize your caffeine use. It may not replace it completely, not right away, but this will definitely help you get off that caffeine. So what I want you guys all to do is to go to magicmind.com and check it out. Test it. Get a little 5-pack. They're not expensive, and try it. So go check out magicmind.com. And you know what? If you want to leave a little note saying that Digging in the Dome sent you, that wouldn't hurt. Magicmind.com. Get your energy, get your productivity up, and do it without caffeine. All right, now let's get back to the show.
Welcome back to the 5G show.
5G show. It's the 5G show.
Presented by
Magic Mind.
Magic Mind. It will give you telekinesis.
It won't. No, you're not going to
move shit with your Magic Mind.
No, you know you're going to move things off of your to-do list when you get more productive with Magic Mind, the green tea shot. That's fucking a good supplement for your caffeine intake.
Become Professor X.
Yes. Well, anyway, so there's a link here. Just make sure you put the promo.
ProfessorX.com.
No, don't. That's not it. MagicMind.com. Why would it be Professor X? He'd get sued by Marvel immediately.
Become ProfessorX.org.
Well, I'm not going to say that it doesn't because we don't know. We just don't know until we actually try it.
Drink a bunch and find out.
So I actually
and use our code, the Dome20.
Yeah, the Dome20 is a very important one so that we can get credit for it.
Yes.
Anyway, so what I was going to say is that I have the bag is here. The shots, the Magic Mind bag is here. Yes, but the shots are empty because I've been using them and they're fucking great. So
it does taste. It is quite tasty.
It's good.
Like a lot of times you get supplements like that, and it's like you drink it and you're like, oh man, that's gonna run right through me. That tasted like plants and garbage.
Yes, it's good, and it's like a little shot. You can drink it cold. You can drink it hot.
It's good stuff.
Not hot. You know, like don't put it. It's like microwave it.
It will explode your microwave if you microwave it.
I hope somebody accidentally.
I don't know if it will actually do that.
Yes. Well, we don't know a lot of things. Anyway, all right. So my conspiracy theory was that 9/11 was an inside job.
Yes.
Now, this was easier than I thought it would be because it is centered around.
What easier than a cellular network causing a actual bacterial virus?
I don't know. I didn't defend it, but I would assume that that was hard to do.
Yes.
Because this really, the whole premise of any kind of conspiracy, and there is so many different conspiracy theories. I'm not going to go through all the ones that are the foreign related ones, but there are plenty of them. Like they said, like Israelis were involved and Pakistanis were involved, and the British said that that we knew they have multiple like different theories that have nothing to do with each other. That they're fan fiction. It's like, hey, Middle East desert. It's like what's it called Desert Storm, right? It's like going back there and saying, all right, I'm going to write a story that happened in Desert Storm. Well, the Israelis decided they were going to attack America. It's like Mission Impossible shit. It's like so fucking dumb, right? So anyway, so the ones that are about like the inner workings, which is a little bit easier to kind of, believe it or not, easier to kind of swallow than that bullshit, right? Because it's like it's all speculative. You have no evidence of it anyway. You're just saying, oh, they're brown. They must have done it. And it's like seriously. But when you look again at the reasons that the United States might have had something to do with it, it's around two really principles that we understand very easily in this country, which is money and power.
Right.
So one of the more pervasive theories is that it was an insider trading kind of deal, like where they were trying to like basically go heavy in on United Airlines and American Airline, get them at a specific rate and get it at a put, which basically would lock the price in at before 9/11 happened, and then they would be able to clean up on the back end.
Okay, so basically they were hedging a stock by crashing their planes into
Americans, the people that they are paid to actually take.
Right.
Not
to mention on Wall Street, basically.
Yeah.
In the financial district of New York City.
Hitting one of the most important and iconic buildings that has ever existed in this country. Just smashing through it for money. Yeah. For stock.
To hedge a stock.
To hedge a stock, right?
Okay. And that's a little wild to me. Now, seems extreme. Because you had
the support around it.
But he already had the financial crisis in 2008. Are they trying to tie that into that?
It's 2001 we're talking about. So like, I don't know that that's necessarily. I think what they're saying is they saw that there was a lot of market activity the day before around those two airlines. Right. So that's a little bit coincidental. It's like, okay, like we know people can be the shittiest versions of themselves when money and power are on the line. It's been, I mean, clear since like fucking forever. Right. So
I mean, it could have just been
not crazy to think that they could have maybe done this.
Well, that's the knowledge that an attack may occur, and using that knowledge as a bet, basically, that if it does occur, then they could make money off of the airline stock fucking tanking.
Right.
Right. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they did the attack. Like that's the conspiracy theory is that the American government was responsible for.
So in fairness, you're absolutely right. So let me add to the
added to that is also that not only were the planes flown into the building, but also they may have also exploded the buildings on top of that.
Exactly. We'll get to this, right? So my point was that it's the idea that there is potentially money on the table, right? If you even knew that the attacks were, like, say that you had intelligence, which is what the theory is that they had the intelligence that these things were going to happen, but decided not to say anything about it because they wanted to make get a windfall on the stock. Right. So again, plausible because people are shitty. Yeah. You know, I'm not getting into the this is all horseshit part yet. So the second part of this is, or the second, I guess, element to it was a known thing that was going to happen. They were going to leverage it to catapult us into war. Like that is like the common theory that, hey, the American government was looking for coming, didn't do anything about it, allowed it to happen because that gave them the impetus to be able to go in and invade. Right.
Go for the oil.
Go for the oil, right? And then on top of that, so let's just say that's called like the air defense stand down theory, where they're saying, hey, don't do anything. Like, I know that you probably, want to shoot that fucking plane out of the sky, but don't do it.
Right.
The other is that it was, so we knew the attacks are coming from a foreign element, and then we didn't do anything about it. And then there's no, we actually did the attacks ourselves.
Right.
Like we purposefully crashed planes into our people.
Right.
So,
and what's the impetus of that?
There, none that I can find.
Because we have to remember, it wasn't just everybody focuses on the World Trade Center, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also the Pentagon,
Flight 93.
Yes, and then the one that they didn't account for were the people overtook the
plane,
right? And then crashed in the middle of Pennsylvania.
There's all kinds of theories about that getting blown out of the sky by American fighter pilots.
Which wouldn't, I mean, after
if they had done all the other shit, then of course, that's like level 1. That's not like they're not crashing two planes into the fucking.
Theoretically, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, like, but again, your first, just like yours, your first assumption has to be that for you, that 5G, somehow it infested the bat and then infested everybody else, as opposed to just,
somehow
like, you have to take the leap
releases Hulk radiation.
And somehow, like you said, it grows like bacteria, which makes 0 sense. It's a wave that dissipates. So, but like, it's the same kind of like, it's.
So talk to me about, because you could do this for hours.
I could, like, there's so much.
So, let's try to keep it solely focused on it being an inside. Like the government did it on purpose, blew that shit up.
Yes.
Particularly the World Trade Center.
Yep. And again, that's the same kind of reasoning or motive behind it, is that they wanted to be able to go to war. They wanted to be able to, like you said, get all that delicious oil.
My question is, there are so many other easier ways to just make to have an excuse to go to war.
Yeah, but like
it doesn't have to be on a level.
Listen, no. I disagree with you, and this is why. Because
this is again, you're defending
it. Yeah, but I was saying, like, 9/11 was something that, unlike something small that you could do, it impacted the entire United States. Right. Everybody came together for the first time ever. So they wanted to have no doubt that they weren't going to get any blowback from the public. And what better way to do it? You attacked American soil in New York.
Right.
biggest city that we've got in this fucking country,
right.
New York, right? With the densest population, you're hitting an iconic, like literally the symbol of it. You might as well have fucking crashed.
So it had to be the point where
and the Pentagon,
right? So it had to be to the point where it would be remembered throughout all of time
as like a courageous
hashtag never
war.
forget.
Like we are fuck yeah, we're gonna do that. Right. So again, if you wanted to make sure that you absolutely were going to get that kind of reaction, you have to take a very extreme action.
Right.
Attack the World Trade Center, attack the Pentagon,
right.
Crash a plane full of heroes into Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania. It's like Slapdick, Pennsylvania, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Start with an S. Oh, it's Shanksville. It's Shanksville.
Yeah. So well, I mean, tied into that too is, I mean, you have like the further indented bullet points of the conspiracy theory too about how rocket fuel doesn't burn hard enough to be able to melt the
right. So they say a controlled demolition.
To collapse the building.
The thermite paint, like the fucking Jesse the Ventura, Jesse the Mayor Ventura. So like basically like every
you want to listen to a former wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do the wear a boa to like pretty much every day to work.
So you're talking about. Either the motive is either financial or, well, technically they're both financial because really the war in Afghanistan, our Desert Storm, our purpose to go in there was because we wanted to control the oil there, essentially.
Yeah, of course.
So it's really money and money.
That's right. Money but again, power.
Right.
Like power over people, power over an influence over them, which is that is power. Like it's interesting that so many people and they did a very thoughtful job of putting together this narrative that the government would attack their own people to go to war and get oil, which makes it would make our politicians the greatest supervillains that have existed since Hitler.
Yes, like 100%. So, and you take something which the diehardest of patriots latch onto for infinity, forever, as a reason to be steadfastly American, and for them to find out that America did that to Americans it would collapse society. Exactly. And it's like finding out the Matrix is real. It's like, what the fuck? We're batteries? Bullshit. So that's where it falls apart for me. Yeah. Is that the fact that if this were true, if the government, our government, did on purpose either fly planes into the towers or set up a controlled demolition where they exploded the towers, which killed when the plane simultaneously or shortly thereafter after the planes flew into it, then there's some people that say there was no planes at all. Right. Like that was I'm like, was it? It was on the news. I saw it happen live. Look, I remember what fucking special effects were back in 2001. And it was not great. Yeah. Nah, man. Nah. Listen, I was homesick. We were living on Fountain Street. Yep. I was in bed sick with a puppy. It was me and Nugget. We're chilling in bed. Nugget. And I watched it happen on the news. I can tell you right now, a fucking plane flew into that goddamn building. Yeah. At least the second one, because the second one for sure happened live. Oh, yeah. I saw that shit. So, and by the way, let's not neglect the thousands of people that actually witnessed it happening live, like in the city. They saw things going into the fucking thing. It's a pretty tall tower, so a lot of people saw what happened. So that's where we again. They would make them the greatest supervillains that have ever existed on this. So I'm not saying that it couldn't happen. I'm just saying that it's such a. Do you know how many people have to fucking be able to shut their fucking mouth about it? Like never talk about it? And it's been who's come out and said like, hey, I was part of the. It's been 22 years, and to date, no one has come up with. Nobody said, hey, let me tell you guys are right. No, not any type of proof whatsoever. No. That it was our own government that caused it.
Look,
but yet Chris wholly supports this theory.
I know. So like I said, I was going to get to the point where I'm going to basically shit on this whole thing. Look, I mean, I agree. The government, they're kinds of pieces, mostly some of
definitely
all pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They're not that much of we would have to be the worst judges of character in the history of man. So that we're allowing somebody that could not only just allow it to happen, but maybe actually make it happen.
You see how
that bad.
You see how divided we are as far as political rankings go between Democrats and Republicans, conservatives and liberals. Sure. How far apart they are. They would all have to be working together. In unison together.
And they never
to not only pull it off, but also shut the fuck up about it. Yep. You're telling me that not one of them would want to use that dirt on the other one. Not one Democrat would want to use that dirt on another Republican that was involved in some way, shape, or form in order to blow the whole thing up. There's no way. And they would have been. And even if they thought that they might, they would have been murdered immediately.
Oh my God, they'd be so fucking dead so fast because to your point, now I have to keep a lid on all this, and there's I'll probably have to execute something on that kind of a scale.
Yeah,
the number of people that would have had to have been in on it is insane.
Yeah, astronomical.
And so we're talking about all those people, right? And all those people, let's just say that I don't know. 3% of them are incels. They're fucking their hand. They don't have anybody with them, right? And then everybody else has got family, spouses,
children,
girlfriend, children. You're definitely telling them, like, what are you gonna say? Hey, I got thousands of people I got to deal with. There's no fucking way, and not one person, not ever.
And especially now with this prevalent as social media, not one person came out outside of these lunatics that have no support of the theory.
So all you have to say is this: how do you know?
Yeah,
I don't. All right, well then, neither do I, but I don't believe you. Exactly. You're fucking cockamamie things, it's like ridiculous. But again, because this is a shining example of how much people hate the government.
Right.
Like there is, and to a degree, you're like, okay, because we just said that could happen. It's possible.
Yeah.
I would hope that it didn't happen. That would be a fucking bummer about humanity.
Yeah.
That someone could do that shit. But it's just, it didn't happen, guys.
Yeah.
It didn't happen that way. There was,
I much more believe the fact that someone had potential knowledge that attack could occur.
Yep.
And then just kind of like hedge their bets. It may happen, it may not happen.
Yep.
But I'm going to go ahead and bet on it, the possibility of it happen. Because then that's a lottery ticket if it does happen.
Right.
It's like, woo, I won. Right. You know what I mean? And I don't have to ever say anything about it. All I got to do is nicely fucking sell this stock at the right time and nobody's the wiser.
Because what we're saying is that there could be one piece of shit. Like, let's say that just one dude knew and he was like, well, fuck, I could do, he's a fucking sleazy Wall Street dude.
Right, yeah.
I
hedge my bets. I'm going to buy 10 Lamborghinis because I have knowledge that this attack's going to happen tomorrow.
Right. Maybe
I'm not going to fucking tell anybody.
He probably works in one of the towers. He doesn't like, the people don't like him because he farted at the Christmas party. So they're like, fuck that guy. And he's like, you know what?
Gets drunk and grabs their asses.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
But there's always one. Anyway, so thank God that's over. All right. But now we have to do
the draft.
We got to spin the topic randomizer first, and then we'll do the draft. Now, yet again, the conspiracy theory is always a joy to do that one. That's always fun. All right. So, yes, go ahead.
One thing I forgot to mention, and this is, I can't believe I forgot to mention this. Famous people, because you always want to talk about famous people, and you can talk about this too in case you have any handy. Famous people that support these types of conspiracy theories and share the conspiracy theories. Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
Go ahead
for my rundown.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much a doozy. Ready?
All right, go on, man.
Okay,
lay it on me.
And this is around April, May-ish of 2020 when this type of the flurry of celebrities amplifying the conspiracy theory of 5G and coronavirus being somehow intertwined. Wiz Khalifa.
Oh no.
Tweeted about it. Actor Woody Harrelson. British rapper MIA. Boxer Amir Khan. Actor John Cusack.
John Cusack?
Yep. Music producer Teddy Riley and TV personality Amanda Holden who I don't know who that is, all shared thoughts about the conspiracy with their millions of followers. So there are so much of that. And it's just like Corona, 5G, or both, you know, send, dude. You know, or just share something, you know, just share the theory. And again, it was like there was like attacks on cell phone towers, and then executives from Verizon and Vodafone asked the government to intervene. And so, yes, of course, the famous people with zero knowledge or anything just randomly tweeting shit out that made it catch on like wildfire. And I'm sure that happened with your famous people that
I'm going to go through 9 stars who have been 9/11 conspiracy truthers. Yes. Number 9, Woody Harrelson.
There you go. Well,
all right.
Woody likes him a good conspiracy.
He sure does.
Woody, check out our podcast.
Yes, please.
Also, I'm sure you'll enjoy
Magic Mind. So this one, Marion Cotillard, who is she's a French star.
Never heard.
Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, the Hulk.
The Hulk.
He's like, I know all about that radiation.
The Hulk. No, so he's like, terrorists didn't smash, America smashed.
Hulk also not smash.
No, Hulk also didn't. It wasn't me. Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh my God.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Charlie Sheen.
Oh, top 5. Here we go.
Tiger Blood. His father, Martin Sheen.
Emilio Estevez.
Nah.
Emilio Sheen.
Emilio, remember you were like, it's not, his name's not Estevez.
Oh my God, shit.
Oh, wait.
It's the Sheens. The Sheens are Estevez's. Fuck me.
They're all the Estevez's.
I was a part of the conspiracy theory against Emilio Estevez.
All right, here we go. Willie Nelson.
Not surprising.
Graham Nash. Okay. Matthew Bellamy, the lead singer from. All right, now we're really getting to the bottom of the barrel here.
Is that surprising to me that potheads and drug addicts are sharing this type of shit?
They're prone to exaggeration, and we understand. It's fine.
Yes, and mental gymnastics.
Oh my God!
All right,
so now we're gonna spin the old wheel of Rooney. So I'll give you the honor, sir.
If it comes up, talk to your kids or whatever that nonsense was. We're never doing that again.
Yeah.
10 Things I Hate About You?
Yes.
All right. I don't remember what that one is.
I think that is 10 Things You Hate About Something.
Okay. You look into it and come back.
Yeah.
10 Things I Hate About You.
We have to dust off what do these fucking things mean?
We have to watch the movie 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. I'd rather watch it than those fucking Christmas movies.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God. They're taking their revenge.
Oh, so real quick before we move on to the draft. A couple of podcasts ago, we watched the trailers for all these new Christmas movies that all popped up like around the middle to end of November. One of them, Chris's number 1 pick for the movie he wanted to watch the least in our scenario was a movie called what was it called?
Best Christmas Ever?
Oh yeah, best.christmas.ever ! Shortly thereafter, after our podcast, a news article came out that Chris shared with me, proclaiming it to be the worst movie ever made.
Worst movie ever.
In the voice of comic book guys.
Yeesh.
Yeah. So Chris nailed it on the head with that one.
Yeah, that movie, I guarantee you. I've said it. I'm sorry, Heather Graham. We need to see them titties if we're going to be watching you in a movie.
We need to see them titties.
I'm kidding, of course. Although the titties would have helped.
Yes.
All right. So now we get to the draft. All right. So I had come up with the idea.
Yes.
And I still think that maybe later on down the road we'll figure to reintroduce this one. But and Kevin put his thinking cap on because of the season. But I had suggested a draft of the greatest Hollywood villains ever. And then Kevin said, it's Christmas, so what about the greatest holiday movie villains ever? So that's what we got today. And
you have the first pick, too.
I do.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Because I've got a lot of options here that are actually pretty good.
But it doesn't necessarily need to be Christmas, although it is Christmas time. It'll probably be mostly Christmas, but it doesn't have to be.
I have a primarily Christmas dominated list. All right, I'm gonna go with the OG Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh yeah, yep. He's numero uno.
So I mean, what a piece of shit. I mean, for most of the fucking the book, movie, everything.
Yes,
you know, he was a pretty big hunk of shit.
Awful
to everybody. It's just like miserable. Everyone says you're being
his tagline is "Bah humbug."
Yeah, humbug. Sounds like my dad.
Yeah, 1000%.
That's my dad. My dad should have been named Bah Humbug Morano.
Your dad should have been neighbored Ebenezer Scrooge. Neighbored Scrooge. Dad should have been named Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yes, he most certainly should have. He is a grumpy motherfucker. But
and it's been told and retold and retold, and it's always the same thing, that the person is a complete dog shit, piece of shit,
horrible human being
that treats his employees and everyone around him like hunks of garbage until he gets haunted.
Yeah, he gets haunted into being like a halfway
somewhat all right.
Like, cause he's like, look, man, will you stop sending ghosts to my house to like drag me through fucking painful memories?
Right.
We'll do it, but you got to be less of a piece of shit. All right,
is Scrooge your favorite version of the story? Like movie or television version? Because the original is like A Christmas Carol, which is like 1930 something.
Yeah. So yes.
Because then you have like the Muppets version, and
there's like the one with
anything called
Patrick
Christmas
Stewart.
Carol.
When he was on Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
But I'd say it is my favorite.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. Scrooge is fantastic.
It's fantastic. So
all right, I'm on for 2.
You got good choices here, man.
All right, my first one is easy because it was kind of my 1 and 1A.
Yeah, I know what's going to be,
and it's the Grinch.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
You're being one,
Mr. Grinch.
And again,
really
been told and told and retold. And he basically is just hates anyone who's happy.
He's again my dad. Like he's if you could put Ebenezer Scrooge and the Grinch.
Ebenezer Grinch, your father.
Yes. The Scrooge.
The Scrooge. Oh, my dad. Your dad is the Scrooge.
Yeah. Yeah, the Grinch is like, again, like it's been told a billion times. Right. Like the classic cartoon is it's iconic. You know, obviously it was going to be the Grinch or Ebenezer Scrooge. That was the two that I was between.
He completely ruins Christmas for Whoville and finds that they still love each other and celebrate it regardless of him ruining Christmas, essentially, right. And that makes him redeemed.
Yes, all of a sudden his heart grows 3 sizes, and you know.
Yeah. So yes, he is a fuzzy green recluse.
Yes,
who's
miserable
miser.
Cunt.
Yes.
All right. So
my second one, this one's tough.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 that I want, and I'm for sure thinking that you're going to take one of these 2, and I want both of them. So I'm going to be disappointed either way.
All right.
So I may as well get the one that I think is the best, because technically it's a 2 for 1. I'm taking Harry and Marv.
God damn it! They were next on my list. They weren't coming back to you.
Harry and Marv from Home Alone.
I understand.
Just the dynamic duo of villains.
Yes.
Not once, but twice. But a third time, a fourth time, apparently, if you watch the non-Macaulay Culkin ones.
Yeah.
They're not Harry. No,
it's not that.
Everybody bowed out after 2.
Oh, they were like, again? Like, isn't Macaulay Culkin like on heroin and like 40 years old? How are we going to do this?
We're going to get another childhood actor.
It's like, hey, Marv, where are all the traps? He's just on the ground like with a needle in his arm.
Barry and Merv.
In fairness, I think that he might have gotten sober. But anyway.
Yeah, Harry and Marv.
All right, good choice.
Just the best of the best of... And not only the best, but the funniest. The Wet Bandits, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like, hilarious.
The Phillies adopted the moniker. The Wet Bandits.
The Wet Bandits.
Yes. So it had to be chosen.
Yes, I like it.
All right. So I got the Grinch and Harry Marv.
I got Ebenezer
Scrooge, and you're on for 2.
All right. So the first one's easy for me. That's Hans Gruber.
That was the one I was between.
It weren't coming back.
Yeah, it was the one I was between. Fuck.
I mean, come on. Yeah. Alan Rickman at his absolute fucking best. He's been in so many good movies, and he's never been better than as Hans Gruber in fucking Die Hard. I mean, quintessential villain. He's got the evil fucking voice.
Yeah.
You know? Do they even make an advent calendar of him falling down Nakatomi Towers?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
every day you're taking him down to his death.
Iconic villain.
Yeah.
Hans Gruber.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I remember the first time I saw Die Hard and like the coked up guy that was like trying to, hey man, let me sell you this deal. That guy, yes. And he blew his fucking brains out. I was like, oh no.
Like, uh-oh.
It's not your mother's Christmas movie.
Yeah, no. He was not, yeah.
Yeah, Hans Gruber was definitely my next pick. So.
All right, so now it gets complicated because there are a couple that I really want that I don't believe will be coming back. So I'm going to go with one that, again, I would call it this one out of pure unmitigated evil and fear-inducing Krampus.
Oh, yeah. Krampus is a good one.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like Krampus is on my list.
That movie, like, so there's a couple of movies that we watch. I'm not going to say
it's not even just the movie. I'm just saying, just from the lore, the idea of Krampus, that Santa is not the jolly, happy soul that the song leads you to believe.
He's a murderous goat monster. It's fucking
that steals the bad children.
Yes, it's like a very interesting take on
the German fairy tale.
On the German fairy tale, and a great movie. So that I watch every season. So I know that it's coming
as a good
horror movie. And now that I've gone well past Halloween, it's time to go into Christmas horror.
Yes,
and there's a fuckload of them. So I'm in good shape.
Goldberg.
Yeah. Oh yes,
he won't disappoint.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, so I have not watched the David Harbour one yet. And I think it's streaming.
Violent Night? Yeah, I think it's streaming right now. Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Definitely watch that too.
All right, so now
I'm off for two.
So I've got Ebenezer Scrooge, Hans Gruber, and Krampus. Very strong.
And I got the Grinch and Harry Marv.
All right, now you're for two.
All right, so my first one, this is another slam dunk for me. Scott Farkas.
Ah, yes.
From Christmas
Story. Scott Farkas. So I'm going to pop a picture of him because most of you may not know this. Well, I don't know because they do play.
Oh, you play it at nauseam.
But I don't know, like if everybody is exposed to it or whatever. But Scott Farkas is
he's the quintessential bully of the neighborhood.
Movie, The Christmas Story, and
he's a redheaded bully that terrorizes these kids for no other reason than just to be a fucking dick.
Yes,
and ruin their holiday good times.
Yeah, and then he's like always making fun of them about you're gonna cry.
Yeah, exactly.
So like yes,
he had yellow eyes. I tell you, yellow eyes. Yeah, Scott
Very
Farkas
good.
is great.
Scott Farkas is excellent. All right, so what's your next one?
All right, I'm between two here. I'm gonna take toes the line between two holidays, but I'm gonna take the Oogie Boogie Man from
Oogie Boogie Man.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that movie. It's so freaking good.
Movie's great.
Tim Burton's like one of his best movies ever. The music is awesome, but basically Oogie fucking kidnaps Santa Claus essentially. So, and holds him in an underground lair until basically allowing Jack Skellington to run rampant and bring chaos to Christmas.
Right.
But yeah, Oogie Boogie he's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
He's like a burlap sack monster.
I'll put a picture of him up. That'd be in your fucking nightmares.
Yeah, dude. He's fucking scary as fuck.
He's very scary.
All right.
So you've got Harry and Marv. Oh yeah, the Grinch, Harry and Marv, Scott Farkas, and Oogie Boogie Man. All right, so I'm on for my last two.
Yep.
All right. I guess it has to be one, but it could be considered the group of Gremlins.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what. If you're gonna make it
the Gremlin,
Stripe.
Stripe.
Yeah.
I said Stripe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was gonna be. Stripe. It was on my list. Yeah, dude. Stripe he was the badass of the.
He had the fucking mohawk.
God, I love that movie. I haven't seen it in so long. I'm definitely watching Gremlins.
Yes.
Gremlins is so good.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm gonna get stoned and watch Gremlins.
Yes.
It's fucking amazing.
Hooray!
It's so good.
It's great.
Yes, Stripe was definitely on my list.
All right. Now,
if you haven't seen Gremlins, watch it. It's fantastic.
Now, Gremlins 2, not the quality of Gremlins 1. Just, I think they're making a third one.
They may have already made a third one.
All right,
I don't know.
I have to see real quick. Hold on. Gremlins. If I put Gremlins and it says 3, oh no.
Yeah, I'm sure there was.
No.
How many are there?
Oh, wait, Gremlins 3, 19. Wait, hold on. Okay, so they never made it. So it's always like, it says there, the second I saw Gremlins 3 on IMDb, I was like, no. And then this gave me like a blank page. And then when I went to Collider article, it said, why haven't we seen Gremlins 3? So people are clamoring for it, apparently, I guess. All right, so.
I got one more. A Stripe really fucked me because that was going to be my last pick. God damn it.
I'm going to go with the abominable snow monster from Rudolph.
The abominable snowman.
Yes. So, I mean, again, Claymation Terrifier at its best.
Yes.
So,
a very angry,
scary, very angry.
Yep. Monster.
So my list is Hans Gruber. I'm sorry, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yes.
The OG. Hans Gruber, the German G. Krampus, the other German G.
All the German
G's. I got a fucking lane. Stripe the Gremlin. And then the abominable snow monster. You've got Harry, the Grinch, Harry and Marv, the Oogie Boogie Man, or Scott Farkas, then the Oogie Boogie Man. Now you got one more.
Last one.
Yep.
All right. So there's one here that's probably at the top of a lot of people's lists. I think I've seen this movie once in my life. I'm not fucking taking it. It'll come up in my honorable mentions, but there's one that most people would slam dunk on with this one, and I'm not doing it. I'm doing a different one. I'm going to also go into the realm of the claymation movies, and I'm going with Burgermeister Meister Burger.
Oh, yes.
What a great name.
What a great name. Good
Burger Meister Burger basically outlawed Christmas in this gray, dingy, like steampunk fucking town, dude.
It's great.
He basically said he declared toys illegal, immoral, and unlawful, and anyone found with a toy in their possession would be placed under arrest and thrown in a dungeon.
Yeah. He's a piece of shit.
That was the mayor of this town.
Right, what did he like? It was a fat, like a mustache.
Oh yeah.
He looked like the Monopoly guy a little bit.
No, he was like he had hair.
Oh, he had hair.
He was just like fat guy, big schnoz.
Yeah.
The quintessential fat mean villain.
Yes.
The honorable mention I was going to say. Just because I've seen this movie once and I don't even remember it, is Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life.
That guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he
basically bankrupting the town or something like that, right?
He was snuffing out the Bailey Savings and Loan Company was basically the whole thing. I don't know. I don't like that movie. I've seen it once.
Yeah, everyone's fucking gushes over that shit.
Anything any movies like pre-1968.
Look,
boring.
Yeah.
Boring. Cinema.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need color and explosions.
Yes.
So
what better way to get color and explosions in your poop than Mega Mind?
No, it's Magic Mind. And it doesn't make your poop explode. That one time, yes. But every other time has been great.
All the colors of the rainbow in your feces.
That's gross.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Besides
Magic Mind. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I did have... there's a movie called Black Christmas. Billy, who's like the protagonist in it, is a piece of shit. And I did have I couldn't use Frank Cross because
he's based off of but Frank Cross would definitely be up there.
And then I had Goldberg as Santa Claus because that. Listen to me. I guarantee you. So what I've learned in this,
does he stab people with icicles and stuff?
Oh, dude, that movie. I remember the first time that we were gonna watch it. And it's it got all these like weird culty this movie fucking rules.
Yeah.
Right. And we were like, all right, we're gonna give it a shot because we love horror movies and obviously we love the holiday.
Right.
And we were just like, oh my god, this is the best movie that's ever been made ever. It's so fucking good. It's so funny. It's so dumb. It's over the top. People get just torn to pieces by Goldberg, a fucking WCW wrestler. It's fucking wild.
Would you consider Billy Bob Thornton from Bad Santa a villain?
No, because like...
But he was a piece of shit that had his turn to
it had a very Grinches, but like the Grinch literally ruined people's lives.
Right.
Like this guy's stealing from like a mall or something like that. Who gives a shit? Like yeah, you could say he technically is, but he's a lovable villain. Right. So people don't like would put him on
pisses his pants drunk.
Which is very funny.
And fucks a retarded boy's mom.
Yep. he did that too.
Again. Kind of a villain.
Yeah. I mean, hey, retarded moms need love too.
Retarded moms? Well, you don't have to tell us the website you look up, dude. Go to retardedmoms.com. Please don't go to retardedmoms.com. Go to magicmind.com.
/ digging the dome and use the promo code TheDome20.
Use the promo code retardedmoms. I gotta go.
Wait. I was gonna say, man, like I had one more honorable mention.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Because I mean, like we did say a lot of things about Christmas. We did say a lot of things about Christmas.
We did,
but I mean, we're neglecting.
And I have to ask you about a movie. Once you're done with your honorable mention, I have to ask you about a movie.
So the Jews in the Passion of the Christ. Oh my god.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Never mind.
Go ahead. Which question did you have on the movie?
I don't know how I can top that. Holy shit. There's a movie that I've seen come up in like the holiday watching season because you rewatch movies and stuff like that. There's a Christmas movie. Apparently, it was very popular in the 80s with Dudley Moore in it called Santa Claus the Movie.
Never saw it.
John Lithgow's in it.
What?
Apparently, John Lithgow's like the bad guy. His name's like BZ or something like that. I've never seen it, but apparently, like this is like a 80s movie that people are fans of. Santa Claus the Movie.
Santa Claus the Movie.
Yes.
Was it well reviewed?
Oh, let's find out. Santa Claus the Movie. 1985.
Okay. Yep.
22% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not so good.
Yes. Who we got in the cast here? Dudley Moore, John Lithgow, who I already mentioned.
David Huddleston.
Burgess Meredith.
Oh, fucking Mickey from Rocky.
Exactly.
Hell yeah, dude. And then a whole bunch of people
I never heard of.
Dickie Arnold. There's a guy named Dickie.
You know how good those Dudley Moore movies are.
Dickie Arnold's... So I'm looking because we were looking at the cast list, obviously, right? We got past Burgess Meredith and it went downhill quickly. There's a dude that is named Dickie. He's an actor, Dickie Arnold, and he plays a character called Goobler.
The Goobler.
The Goobler.
Sounds like a sandwich they would sell at Wawa.
Yeah. Hey, you want a Goobler? No, I don't.
No, I don't. I just did it.
All right.
Call it the Goobler instead of the
all the Gooblers out there. We wish
Drink your magic mind.
Drink your magic mind.
Happy holidays,
and,
fuck faces.
Yes, we'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye.